Time for a crypto market update, September 19th, morning edition 2025. Repeat after me. The S&P 500 always leads the trend. The rocket fuel for investing is global liquidity and the business cycle. There's no other magic to it. If there's liquidity available in the global markets, it's going to find its way to the smart money. And smart money loves to reside here in the S&P. The S&P seems to be grinding towards a $7,000 price target, currently at new all-time highs above 6,600. Now, what Bitcoin always does when S&P 500 makes new all-time highs, it also makes new all-time highs, but Bitcoin is a multiplier. It does more production than what the S&P 500 can do in the same amount of time or effort. For example, in 2019, the S&P 500 was up 28%, but Bitcoin went up 352%. Or in the 2020-2021 cycle, the S&P 500 was up 118%, which is incredible, right? But Bitcoin was up 1,800%. And if you go back here to the S&P 500, ever since we bottomed out in 2022, we're now up 89%. So back to Bitcoin, since we've bottomed, what will we do next? Well, that would give Bitcoin a fair value of anywhere between $150,000 to $180,000 if it's going to continue to validate the all-time high trend where it follows the S&P 500 at a multiple. So the point to be made here is that only when risk is embraced does money or capital start to flow into the crypto market more firmly. But the traditional markets tell us when risk is being embraced more broadly. And that's why I'm so obsessed with the Russell 2000's new all-time high that it set yesterday. Not only did it set a new all-time high, it wasn't just a wick above the all-time high. It was a full daily body candle close, meaning this was a definitive and decisive embrace of risk by the broader markets. And then as you're thinking about Bitcoin, that's how you need to think about crypto, right? If the S&P 500 is the canary in the coal mine for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's the amplification of the S&P 500 performance, then Bitcoin's the canary in the coal mine for crypto, and crypto or altcoins are the amplification of Bitcoin's performance. So in my book, it's not a question of if we go to new all-time highs. It's a question of how much amplification, how high can this stuff go? Because we're at a massive inflection point in the market and things are about to get crazy. But I want to leave you with a very important theme that I've been talking about a lot in my videos lately. That's right. It's the Hunger Games analogy. If you've seen the Hunger Games, you remember my theme of get to District 1. Hurry up and get to District 1. Let me show you why. A new stat started circulating yesterday that the top 1% of U.S. earners now control more wealth than the entire middle class. Now, that might be self-evident to you. You might already feel that in your day-to-day life. But let that sink in. The top 1% of earners now control more wealth than the entire middle class. What that means is that District 1 is only going to continue to become more powerful, more wealthy, and more separated from the general working class. And if you're one of those people who are tired of working, or you want to create a legacy, or you want to be more benevolent, or you want to make a massive impact and you're tired of the fiat salt mines that you're a part of, then it's incumbent upon you to embrace market cycle knowledge and crypto literacy skills so that you can get into the vehicle, get into the bullet train, and find yourself in District 1 sooner than later. And I promise, I'm not a get-rich-quick guy. I'm not trying to create some kind of false urgency. I just know that if you go back to 1971 or 1913 and realize the history of fiat currency, specifically the US dollar, the debasement that's happening there, the sand that is washing out from under your financial feet. It's a real and present danger for the future generations, let alone those of you who are business owners, moms, dads, spouses, retirees, pre-retirees. Maybe you're investing in an asset class that's underperforming. The highest performing asset class in history is crypto. It is the bullet train to District 1. And I'm simply saying, get to District 1 as soon as you can. If you need help with that journey, go to cryptoyall.com, watch my overview video, follow the instructions, and if you like what you see, you can schedule a one-on-one Zoom video call with me. And hey, if you like my content, you think it's down to earth, maybe it's easier to understand or something that you can grapple with day to day, I would love to follow, maybe even give me a like and share this with a friend. Like and follow for more.